This is the story of Sara Martin, a philanthropist, prison visitor and reformer, often referred to as the prisoner's friend. Sara Martin has been mentioned in a previous walk. However, on this one, we walk in her footsteps, to where she listened to a sermon which not only changed her life, but had a profound effect on those less fortunate than herself. How she made a difference to inmates of the workhouse, schooling of factory girls, to the lives of prisoners, and where she made her home in Great Yarmouth. The route starts in Northgate Street, at the junction of Tower Road and Rampart Road, where the Great North Gate once stood. Follow the road, crossing Fuller's Hill, continuing into the west side of the marketplace. Turn right into Row 63, Quaker Row, leading to the Friends Meeting House. Crossing Harold Street and a few paces to the right, turn left into Row 57, Sara Martin Row. Arriving on South Quay, turn left, keeping the river on the right, passing the Town Hall. Follow South Quay and turn left into a small car park. Passing the old row house, turn left into Tollhouse Street, arriving at the Toll House. Turn right into Yarmouth Way and left onto King Street, onto the east side of the marketplace, to the site of the old hospital school, where the primary school now stands. Crossing Church Plain to St Nicholas Minster, where our walk ends. Sara Martin, born in 1791 to a local tradesman in Caister. Having no siblings and orphaned at an early age, Sara lived with her devoutly Christian grandmother, who was a seamstress and glove maker. She attended the village school, reading a wide range of literature, but rejected religion. At the age of 14, Sara started work in Yarmouth, apprenticed to a dressmaker, and these skills she used throughout her life. Walking the 3 miles there and back, Sara would have been familiar with this ancient landmark as she entered the town. The North Gate being one of 2 main entrances to the town, completed in 1398 as part of the medieval wall which enclosed Yarmouth on 3 sides. The North Gate was demolished in 1837 for road widening, being considered unnecessary. Crossing Fuller's Hill and keeping to the west side of the marketplace, turn right along Row 63. This row is known as Quaker Row. On the north side of the row, a post office operated, moving to the quay in 1840. The Friends Meeting House is situated at the end of the row. The building has a long history, but for the majority of its existence, it's been a place of worship. From 1339 to the dissolution of the monasteries, it was an Augustinian friary cell. There are several visible signs of original stonework. The south wall incorporates the left jamb and a portion of a medieval doorway. There are further examples of original stonework in the cellar. In 1691, it was purchased by a Quaker, Richard Robbins, a grocer in the town, and in 1694 part of the property was sold to the Friends. In 1807 the building was structurally changed and a suspended floor was installed. The building has 2 rooms with a burial ground at the rear, now a garden. The building would have been familiar to Sara then as it is now to the citizens of Yarmouth. In 1810, at the age of 19, a Sunday afternoon stroll drew her attention to listen to a sermon given by the congregational minister, Reverend William Walford, reading from 2 Corinthians verses 5 to 11. This was by definition life-changing. Sara soon became a Sunday school teacher, and by 1811 had committed parts of the Bible to memory. Cross Howard Street, in front of the Friends Meeting House, and a few paces to the right, turn left into Row 57, Sara Martin Row. Sara moved to rooms in this row, enabling her to devote time to those in her charge. Sara spent the rest of her life here in Yarmouth. Her grandmother died in 1826, leaving a little money, which assisted Sara to support herself. Turn left at the end of the row, onto South Quay. Arriving at the town hall, Sara would have recognised the previous town hall, which stood on this side, with its Greek portico facing the river, built in 1719 and demolished in 1870. The current town hall opened in 1882. Continue to the small car park on the left. Walk through the car park, passing the row house and merchant house, managed by English Heritage, to the Tollhouse Street. Turn left, arriving at the Tollhouse Museum. The Tollhouse Gaol, as it was in Sara's time, was considerably larger than we see today. Sara became increasingly concerned regarding the conditions in which prisoners were held here at Yarmouth Gaol. It was well documented that the prison at this time was one of the most defective in the country. It was to this appalling, filthy place that Sara saw her life's work. The authorities rejected her requests, until in 1819 permission was given for Sara to visit a woman prisoner who had been cruel to her child. Sara became a regular visitor, writing her own sermons, preaching twice on Sundays. Giving instruction in reading and writing, Sara earned the respect of the prisoners. Teaching the women needlework and the men making books and spoons. These articles were sold in the market, raising funds, helping prisoners on release with clothes, lodgings, work, giving them a sense of pride and inspiration to improve their lives. Meticulous records were kept of each prisoner Sara assisted. Her reforms continued and were rewarded after 12 years, when the afternoon service was taken by a minister. A new governor in 1837, recognising her achievements, worked alongside Sara to improve conditions inside the jail. Sara Martin devoted 17 years to the inmates of the Tollhouse Gaol, her caring work immeasurable. Turn right along Yarmouth Way to King Street, and left onto the east side of the marketplace. Following Sara Martin's conversion and becoming a Sunday school teacher, she turned her attentions to the inmates of the Workhouse, which is situated here, the site of the ancient hospital of St Mary's, founded in 1277. The building became a workhouse in 1794. A survey carried out in 1797 of Yarmouth's workhouse concluded overcrowding, with 213 adults and 82 children living here too close together. In 1815, Sara devoted 1 day a week caring and teaching both children and adults, instructing them in religious education, which prior to her visit had been wanting. In 1838, a new workhouse in Yarmouth opened its doors, with the employment of a schoolmistress and schoolmaster. Sara felt able to turn her attentions elsewhere. Cross Church Plain to St Nicholas Minster. Sara set up a school 2 evenings a week in the vestry for factory girls working in Grout's textile mill, established in 1815, replacing a previous site in Yarmouth. In 1818, Grout's built a 5-storey mill, being further enlarged in 1822. Sara, small in stature and of poor means, devoted her life to caring for those less fortunate in society. In recognition of all Sara had achieved, with reoffending in decline and improvement of behaviour of prisoners, the authorities offered to pay Sara, which she refused, until in 1841 she accepted a small annual wage. Unfortunately, Sarah's health started to decline, and in October 1843 she died. A simple headstone marks her grave next to her grandmother at Holy Trinity Church, Caister-on-Sea. A stained-glass window erected in her memory, placed in the north side of St Nicholas, celebrated her life. Bishop Stanley said at the time, "If I could canonise Sarah Martin, I would do." Unfortunately, during World War II bombing of St Nicholas, the window no longer exists. There is a commemorative plaque recognising her work. We also remember Sarah at the Toll House Museum, with a room devoted to her, where her journals are on display. During her whole life, Sarah never ventured beyond Great Yarmouth. Her good works were known. Her name appears on the Reformers' Monument in Kensal Green Cemetery, northwest London, appearing second to Elizabeth Fry. I hope you have enjoyed this virtual stroll, and perhaps a visit to Yarmouth will encourage you to join one of our guided walks.